I wanted to take a minute and talk with you about insurmountable obstacles. I get inspired every week here at my son's therapy session where he comes for occupational and physical therapy. And there have just been some common themes that have been running through my life this past week. A friend of mine posted a video of his little son who has no legs climbing up onto the couch when he thought that's not something he could do before. He's dealing with things that he can't change about his life, but he's dealing with them. And my son, every week here in therapy, he learns to do things that we were never certain he would be able to do. And he nails it every week. He's meeting those goals. And then I read this morning about someone who found herself for the first time in her life on food stamps, a single mom with 4 kids, facing insurmountable obstacles, things that she didn't cause, things that she didn't create in her life, and yet she was having to find a way to cope, to manage to deal with these things. And the reality is that as you grow your business, there are going to be things that are going to happen which you have no control over. You may not be able to control how the internet access is going to work this week or next week for that matter. You may not be able to control the amount of support that you do or do not receive in your home. You may not be able to control everyone else's reactions and response to what you're doing. And sometimes that's going to feel like a closed door. I mean, why would you expect someone to have to do what everyone else is doing, considering all that you have to deal with? But what I want to tell you is this. All of these things are going to be part of your story. And you get to decide how that story ends. And it may take you a lot longer to do that which you need to do, considering what you have to overcome. But it's going to be worth it. Just this past week, my son wanted to go for a walk, clear his head, have some time to himself. And before he headed out the door, his dad said, "Listen, take your younger brother aside," and proceeded to help the younger brother put his shoes on. My teenager was not pleased with that, so he promptly just said, "Never mind, I just won't go on the walk." Later, when he was telling me about the story, I said, "Son, can I ask you a question?" He said, "Sure." I said, "You know, if you had gone for the walk and taken your brother with you, he would have been satisfied with a short 10-minute walk. You could have left the house, taken him for a block, maybe 2, come back to the house. Your dad would have admired you for taking the time for your little brother. Your little brother would have worshipped you as the hero, and you would have had time to go for your walk." And he went, "You know, I just didn't think of that." He was so busy bumping up against that conflict, it didn't occur to him that there was a way to work within those parameters and still get what he wanted and still get what he needed. Now, I'm not here to tell you that it won't be inconvenient. I'm not here to tell you that it's all going to feel good as you move along. But I'm here to tell you, you're here for a reason. This is your dream for a reason, and it's worth pursuing, even though you have what feel like insurmountable obstacles. And the joy of that is going to be that when you mount and you reach and you go for those insurmountable and you work with them and around them and you deal with the things you can't change and you make it happen anyway, that's going to be part of your story. And you're going to be an amazing leader, and you're going to be able to help encourage other people when they face those things. So I hate it. I wish I had a magic wand. I could wave over all of you and make it all go away. But if I did, you wouldn't be as strong as you're going to be when you step into that role and you lead your team onto amazing things. I know this is not easy, but it is so worth it. And I hope you have an amazing day.